Hey, hey, hey! So we are back for another book review over here. So today we're going to be talking about Lisa Jackson's book, Tell Me. So let's go ahead and read a summary. The most hated woman in Savannah, Georgia is about to be set free. 20 years ago, Blondell O'Henry was convicted of murdering her eldest daughter and wounding her two other children. The prosecution argued that beautiful, selfish Blondell wanted to be rid of them to be with her lover. Now Blondell's son, Niall, has recanted his testimony and demolished the case in the process. Reporter Nikki Gillette is determined to get the true story, and not just for professional reasons. Blondell's murdered daughter, Amity, was Nikki's childhood friend. The night she died, Amity begged Nikki to meet with her, insisting she had a secret to tell. But Nikki didn't go. Her guilt is compounded by other complications. Nikki's favorite uncle, Alexander, was the attorney who helped save Blondell from execution. And rumors swirl that he was one of her many lovers. Nikki's fiancé, Detective Pierce Reed, is concerned she may be compromising the case. As she digs for answers during one of the most sweltering summers in Savannah's history, he also worries for her safety. Everyone involved seems to have secrets. From Blondell's old boyfriend and his fundamentalist, snake-handling in-laws to the cop who led the original investigation. And somehow, the events of that tragic night connect to Nikki's own fractured family. But now the killing has begun again. Is Amity's murderer still at large, or is this a new, darker danger? Soon Nikki will discover what really happened 20 years ago, but the answers may come too late to save her life. So, it's an interesting book. It's an interesting book. I had a hard time really getting into this book. I don't know why. I enjoy Lisa Jackson's writings. I don't know if this was like an earlier writing of hers, because it seems like her later books are easier for me to get into. I don't know. I feel like this was slow until about the midpoint of the story, and then it kind of picks up a little bit, and then when you're about 3/4 of the way through, then it really picks up, and it really gets a lot better. There's not a whole lot of sex in the book, I'll say that. I don't know what to say about this one. Without giving too much away, I mean, obviously I'm not going to tell you, like, you know, what comes out in the end, but it's like a straight book all the way through, and you're like reading it and you're like, okay, this reads like my family, or this reads like, you know, Joe Blow's family, and, you know, Joe Blow, whatever. You know, I think we all know a family like that, and it kind of, you know, it reads pretty straight through until you get closer to the end, and you're like, what the heck? This is way more messed up than I thought. I read a lot of these kind of books, so I'm always kind of like, who did it? Can I figure it out before it happened? And I had some ideas that were pretty solid and that were grounded in reasonable answers, and I was wrong about a lot of them. There was one I had kind of an inkling about something, and I was like, that would make an interesting twist, right? And early on, and it turned out to be not too far from the truth. Although I have to say, the end of the book is far more twisted than... I have no words. One thing I will say is that throughout the whole book, she's a reporter, right, for the Savannah Sentinel, which is like a local news publication. I don't want to say newspaper, but it's a news publication. And she's researching Blondell's release and the crime, and she wants, you know, information on that. She is also an author. She has a couple of published books, and they are on her. She has a deadline for her next book, and it's throughout the whole book. You know, she talks to her editor or her agent, and they're like, okay, you need to get on this. And the end of the book comes, and there's no word about her article with the paper or the news publication. And there's no word about her book, right? There's no mention of that. It's kind of like, you know, she gets put in danger because she's investigating stuff and people don't want her to find out stuff. And then, you know, everything turns out okay, and then that's it. That's just the end of the book. And I kind of felt like that's a little unresolved. Why bring that up so many times throughout the book if that's not going to be something towards the end? Or if you're not going to do like an epilogue saying like, you know, her books did this, or she ended up, you know, not writing the book, or whatever it is, right? Like whatever direction you decide to go with it. So that was a little disappointing for me. Because that's a major part of the storyline, but yet it's not addressed in the end. I don't know. This book was not as good for me as the other ones. It took me so long. I renewed this twice at the library, which means I've had it for like a month. This was a tough one. I mean, the subject matter wasn't especially tough. I mean, there wasn't like little kids involved. As far as like being killed and things. I mean, there was like a 16, because Amity was a teenager. She was old enough to be pregnant because they found out that she was pregnant after she died. And I will tell you that when you finally find out who the father is, it's not who you think it's going to be, and it is far, far worse than what you think that it might be. So they were still in high school. So I don't want to say she was 18, so maybe 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there. It's a different story. Like, I don't know. I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite. Like, would I read it again? No. And I don't know. Maybe it's because I was, you know, I've been filming and I've been really pushing some other things. So I've had this book, and then I read other books ahead of that. So that could be why I'm kind of not fully connected with this one. I'm just not. So I'm going to give this book 3 out of 5 stars. I don't hate it. Would I read it again though? No. Would I buy it? No, I wouldn't. I don't think it's Lisa Jackson's best work, honestly. I love the twists and turns. I love, like, throughout the whole book, you're sitting here thinking, okay, this is the way things are. And then you get to the end and you're like, that's a little messed up. That's a little messed up. More than a little messed up, actually. But so yeah, if you read this book before, let me know what you thought of it. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, let me know everything in the comments below. If you like Lisa Jackson books, let me know what your favorite is down in the comments too. But yeah, so that's my review. It's aight. It's okay. It's not, you know, a standout book to me. So yeah, let me know what you think about this book. Like this video if you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring that bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video, because you never know what kind of content is going to pop up over here on this channel. I thank you all so much for watching. I love you all very, very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!